Hi, my name is Ileana Diaz, and my colleagues, Isis Castiblanco and Tatiana Melo, are going to talk about gender focus. The gender approach includes a large number of concepts that must be cleaned in order to understand it implies. Among these concepts, it is necessary to highlight the following: sex assigned at birth, sex, gender, gender identity, sexual orientation, and gender aspirations. This approach aims to advancing towards equality. Gender approach refers to observing, analyzing, and promoting transformations with respect to inequalities and inequalities in the conditions, role constructions, and position of men and women in society. The incorporation of this approach has arisen from the need to appraise the evaluability from a perspective of justice and equality. Gender equality refers to the equal rights, responsibilities, and opportunities of women and men, girls and boys. Equality does not mean that women and men should be equal, but the rights, responsibilities, and opportunities will not depend of whether a person is born male or female. It implies that interests, needs, and priorities of both men and women are taken into account, recognizance of diversity among different groups of women and men. Gender equality is not a womanized, but concerns and shall involve both men and women.
Hi, my name is Carmelo. I will talk about the importance of gender roles in adolescence. The relationship between gender roles and adolescence often become apparent at early age. In many cultures and social groups, boys are taught that girls and women should raise family and display qualities such as politeness, adaptability, and creative behavior. In contrast, men and boys are generally encouraged to display assertiveness, boldness, and strength reflect these emotions. Gender norms can affect adolescent mental health. These expectations can affect various aspects of life, such as appearance, behaviors, and even career choices. Since these perceived norms are often modeled from an early age, they are often internalized. The importance of gender stereotypes is often very significant of adolescents in their process of self-discovery and society development. The internationalization of these norms can have a profound impact on their emotion, well-being, and mental health. In many cases, gender roles can use women and girls to feel presumed to meet unrealistic beauty standards, develop specific personality traits, and make up in a certain way. On the other hand, men and boys often face the burden of retrieving this emotion and creating to notion of toxic masculinity, which can contribute to a lack of emotion expression and vulnerability. These roles and expectations can profoundly shape adolescents' experience, often impact emotions, will begin self-esteem, expectation relationship, and overall development.
Present diverse gender identity beyond the traditional male and female binary, recognizing the fluidity in a personal experience of gender. The identity with female and male gender sometimes with a neutral gender. Cisgender, they gender identify matches the gender assigned and birth. This is the experiences of most people. And gender, they do not identify with any gender, feeling outside the binary spectrum. Gender fluid. Their gender identity varies with signs, circumstance, or people. Intergender. Gender identify that falls between two genders, usually binary genders. These are specific to intersex people. Pangender may identify with any gender or all genders simultaneous. Non-binary, this broad term that's encompassing gender identities and the expression that rejects the strict idea of binary genders, male and female, based on sex assigned at birth. It is clear that gender ambigender, gender fluid, and pangender, among others, transgender. Their gender identity does not match the gender they were socially assigned at birth. Transsexual. Their gender identity does not match the gender assigned at birth and they seek sexually transition through hormonal or surgical treatments. And finally, transgender, they identify with both male and male female gender in addition to perceiving a third gender, which may be null or unconventional. For the ultimate, it's gender not confirmed, not conforming, or gender queer do not identify with binary when their gender any. And finally,